Willie D live.
Okay. Which came first, Talking Dirty After Dark with Martin Lawrence or Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
Talking Dirty After
Talking
Dark.
Dirty, right? That came first. Okay.
Maybe,
So,
yeah.
So when you do Hanging with Mr. Cooper, when you get that gig, you're, what, 30, 31?
Yeah, something like that. When I got Mr. Cooper, this is what I had. I had In Living Color. I had a contract on the table as a player. I could have signed In Living Color, wanted me.
Okay.
Rokina said, we want to sign you. Mr. Cooper wanted to sign me. I had another sitcom I could have did on NBC, where I think Kim, whatever her name is.
Whitley.
No, not Kim Whitley, but Kim Coles. And then I had Showtime at the Apollo. I was hosting Showtime at the Apollo, too. So it was either, people don't realize this, it was either In Living Color or Mr. Cooper. So here I am on the weekend sitting with two contracts in there like a boss and shit, saying, nigga, what you want to do? You want to do Mr. Cooper or you want to do In Living Color? In Living Color was on fire because I was on tour with Damon Wayans at the time.
Yeah.
And they loved me, and they offered that to me.
And Living Color is already, like you say, it's on fire. Mr.
fire.
Cooper, you don't know if it's going to get.
Well, my thing, I wanted to be my own boss.
Yeah.
I didn't want to work for nobody. I had to work for Keenan. And I did warm up for In Living Color, so I knew how that worked. In Living Color, I would have destroyed it. It would have been incredible. It would have been incredible. But I said, I want my own show. It was a very hard decision. Trust me, I almost went with Living Color. Living Color.
And to this, so
people don't. We're doing this thing, Willie. People don't know this. It's the first time you ever saying this shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't tell my game. I don't tell my game to all these lame mother shit, talking all that bullshit to them weird mother. I ain't into that. You know what I mean?
To this day, do you think that you made the right decision?
Mm-hmm.
You never had regrets?
Mr. Cooper?
Yeah.
Shit, we went international, baby.
Yeah.
I went international in this mother. No matter what country I go to in the world, they know me.
Yeah, that was the move because Living Color had an ensemble cast, and a lot of those guys, they did well by being on those shows, doing those sketches and things.
Yeah.
But Mr. Cooper was Mark.
Right.
It was Mark Curry's show.
Yeah, exactly.
Period. And that show is capsulated for the rest of eternity.
Yes.
And that's your thing.
Right.
You know, if you look at Living Color, you think that's Kenning's thing.
That's Kenning's thing.
Yeah, right. So absolutely, great call, man. You've played a number of, I would say, pure roles or innocent roles or these roles where you have these beloved characters like on ABC and.
Well, the reason I did that, let me. When you say pure, I just didn't do buffoonery.
Right.
I told these niggas I don't do buffoonery. I'm an educated black man, so therefore you will not put me in that mode. So people think that's why I had problems with comedy, because they thought I was, I said, no, nigga, I'm not the nigga be jumping around and saying cliche. I'm not, that ain't me. I'm going to give it to you, but that's not going to be me. So it made it look like it was pure, but I came through educated, Sidney Poitier style. And they wanted niggas to be jumping up. That's why I never won an NAACP award, because I wasn't buffoonish enough for these motherfuckers. What? You don't think I should have won an NAACP award? God damn. But I ain't going to ask you for it. I ain't going to beg you for it. And I ain't going to bitch because you ain't going to give me one. Because I knew what I did. I know I represented black America profoundly in those 5 years. If you look at my show, I'm the only motherfucker with a laptop. Look at the beginning of my shows. In the beginning, dun, 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 I'm reading a Black History book. Look at those signs. Just look at the beginning of Mr. Cooper and seeing what he was doing. Because they would throw me a basketball. I said, nah, throw me a computer, my huh? They went, would the character have a computer? Yeah, the nigga got a computer. That's the kind of arguments I would. Yeah, he got a hand me that computer right there. Well, we got to cut up the logo. Give me this computer. Start this shit. Let's go. That's how I had to deal with it. They didn't want me to have a computer. They wanted me to have a basketball. They wanted me to lust after every woman that came on, every woman. No. I'm not going to do that. So
what I guess a more appropriate word would be wholesome.
I jammed him up about
Right.
that.
So
yeah,
wholesome.
Yes.
Wholesome. Because those characters that character was a wholesome character.
Yes.
The same thing when you did that show on Nick at Night. What was that show that you did on Nick?
I don't even know. I did so many, sir.
You did 3 episodes, I mean 3 seasons. That show.
I don't know.
Come on, man. You know, all right, we ain't gonna talk
I
about
don't know which one. What did it look like? What did I do on it?
What was it? I remember you being on the show on.
It was. What did I do on the show? I did a lot of shows. Was it a kid show?
It was a kid show. It was on Nick at Night.
I was on there. I don't know, sir. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say. It could have been.
Okay. Well, my
family reunion.
Well, my point is that have you ever been like conflicted in how you move in life, in your personal life, versus how you're presented when you play those wholesome characters, where people have certain expectations of you to be one way, and you feel like, okay, you know, I'm gonna have to, you know, fall back because these people are gonna try to cancel me.
Fall back.
Fall back, you know, not, you know, where you might have a situation where, you know, somebody get out of line and you want to check them, you know, you want to say something crazy
public,
or whatever.
I don't understand.
In public or any, because when you played Hangin, when you played Mr. Cooper,
Right.
that was a very wholesome role, and you had a lot riding on that. That was your show.
Right.
If you go, everything goes. Everybody, nobody can work.
Yes.
If you can't work, nobody.
Oh, definitely.
You don't eat, nobody eats.
Right.
And so, did you ever feel an added burden?
Definitely.
To make sure that, you know, you didn't do anything out of pocket to jeopardize the bag.
Definitely. Well, I was the bag, so I knew that in Hollywood, I'm a ghetto boy, so this was my first time in Hollywood looking at these people, and so I could only go by how you treat me. I'm gonna treat you. I could only see, so I didn't know what to do. So I looked at the bag and I looked and said, okay, how are we gonna do this bag? You know, what's our goal here? You know, our goal is 5 years. A lot of shows didn't make it. So what's our goal? What we got to do? Who I need to meet? I knew the top. I was with the top dudes. When I say the top, I was with the top guys, and I knew them. I knew them on a personal basis, and so I knew what to do. I knew what not to do. I knew, you know, as far as character off screen was difficult, because here I am, you in L.A. You know, in L.A. and you popular. You know, so it's hard to be off the grid. Then you go back to Oakland, you're like, oh man, I don't think I need to be in this situation right here. You know, so it was very difficult. Then I was Mr. Cooper, beloved, almost like Barney. I was almost like Barney for the kids. So I go somewhere, little kids come up to me. And so then my material changed. It kind of threw me off, you know, my rhythms of comedy, because Mr. Cooper talking like that, you know, and so it threw me off. It really threw me off to be that humanitarian, to be that guy, because I was a raw comedian first. And then they gave me this, and it worked. And I saw the humanity in it, where I knew I was special when I went to Children's Hospital and I made children happy. I said, you blessed, bro. These little kids that have diseases, they're messed up, and just the humanity to walk in there and to feel the power that made them smile. I said, man, you blessed, bro. You blessed. And so, you know, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but you know, it was a huge pressure. Still to this day, you go meet Mr. Cooper, I got to be on 24 hours. Me and Crockett, we walking around, we got to be on 24 hours. No matter where I go, we went to Starbucks, we talked to 83 people in there. But if I wouldn't have been mean, it would have been f***ed up. It would have hurt them. Imagine you meet a big celebrity, Jamie Foxx or somebody. How you doing, man? Get out of here, man. It'll hurt you. You know, so that's why I feel the burden. I'm carrying the burden, not the burden, but on my back is I'm carrying it. I have to make, the Lord bless me to make people smile. We made all those people in Starbucks feel good by just saying, hey, girl, what you doing? Hey, what's your name? Ha, ha, ha. It just took them to a different humanity, you know, and I know I'm blessed like that. And it's an incredible feeling to know that. You know it too. You're famous. Come on. You go out, people meet you in Houston, there, damn, man, never met you, brother, whatever. It means a lot to them that you're nice to them or whatever, you know. So it's a hell of a burden. Yes.
I was in line at a Walmart.
Right.
Years ago. And I'm standing behind this guy who's getting checked out. I'm next in line. And I get greeted by the cashier, and I return the greeting, and dude snap. He looked back real quick and said, "Yo,
right.
Willie D."
Yeah.
Oh, and his girl is freaking out. What's going on? You know?
Right.
And he's like, "Baby, that's Willie D.
Right.
Ghetto Boys, the mean one."
Right.
He say that's the
mean one.
I'm like, I ain't the mean one. Scarface and Bushwick, them motherfuckers are the mean ones.
Scarface a little bit meaner.
Yeah, I'm like, they're the mean ones. So I understand, you know, that image that you have.
Come on, you know you had
how
it before
that image
me.
Projects, you know.
You were famous before me.
Yeah.
When I was coming up, you were famous to me.
Yeah.
I went and saw you perform at the Oakland Coliseum, the Richmond. I saw you guys perform.
Yeah. I remember that show.
Yeah, I went because we shot some pistols off. No, I'm just, but no.
Somebody shot some pistols off just for the show. Yeah.
But so you know what it feels like.
Yeah.
You know the burden. That's not a burden. I don't.
Well, it's a blessing
not
and a burden, really, to be honest. I think
it's not a burden. We can't say it's a burden because we're blessed. It's not a burden.
No, that's what people want. That's the politically correct thing to say. But that it's a blessing.
Yeah,
it's a blessing and a burden. You know,
it is.
But more of a blessing. You know, because
blessing.
because the alternative is not something that either of us would want.
Exactly. So it ain't a burden. We ain't saying ain't no burdens.
Well, you know, a burden is just something that
we're just famous people, brother.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. You famous. You famous. You famous. You don't think you famous?
Yeah. You know.
You famous. How you think you don't think you famous?
Yeah. But I'm just saying that
we famous. We made it.
I'm just saying, we did, and I do feel blessed, you know, to be able to follow my dreams, you know, and set these goals and then see them come to fruition.
Well, let me ask you a question. How did it feel when you first heard your music on the? What was your? When you guys first heard it on the air or something?
Yeah, it was just like it is in the movies. Every time, you know how they show every time they have a biopic and they show the group, you know, singing or whatever, or rapping, and the music come on the radio for the first time. Everybody goes, "Hey, they playing that music on the radio!" Ah!
Really?
Yeah, it's like that. You know, it's it's a beautiful.
What was the first song
on
the radio?
The first song that I've ever heard them play was a song called "No Sellout" that we had on the first album.
Okay.
But when it got crazy was the Mind Playing Tricks.
Yes. That was crazy.
Was the big one. That shut everything down.
Shut everything down.
Oh man, that shut everything down. I knew that song was going to be big. I knew it was big when we went to Stevie Wonder's radio station in Los Angeles, and the staff was there at the station at 5 a.m. They wasn't supposed to be there till like 8 or 9. They were there at 5 a.m. for our interview. Wow. And they had their family members and stuff. I'm talking about old people, young people.
Wow.
They were out there. Everybody wanted autographs and they wanted pictures and stuff. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know, me and Bushwick Bill, we did a video. I don't know if you ever saw it on my Instagram.
I don't think so.
And we did one of the greatest video, and he was. I gotta find it because he would just riff. We were at a comedy club. And we were just riffing, and I said to him, "Tell me about the meaning of life, my brother." And we riffed something, and it was incredible.
Yeah,
and I have that.
Yeah, Bill was a very, very intelligent dude.
Yeah,
you know?
that's Houston, but Houston
he
was
knew that boy knew that Bible front to back, like he could.
Did he?
Yeah. Say, man, you could start talking about the Bible, and he'll identify that verse like this. Just.
I didn't know that.
Just say one little piece of it, and he'll tell you exactly where it comes from. Oh, yeah, that's King James.
Really?
Fourth chapter, fifth verse, whatever. Yeah.
Well, he was deep like that because I was talking. He was at the comedy club. He was hanging out. He liked comedy. That was awesome. And he was deep like that with those little sayings, and that's deep. Because I think anyway, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, I said King James. King James, you know I'm not a Bible dude. But King James is a version, but they would say what would they say?
Correct.
Something like Corinthians.
Oh yeah, They ain't heard that word in a long time. Corinthians, because black preachers be making it up. Let's go to Corinthians chapter 4 and page 6, and they said no.